Well, the equator crossing goes back as a tradition through centuries. It dates back to Columbus, it dates back through all the naval traditions as well. And essentially what it is a rite of passage for new shipmates, new crew members, and new guests, of course, that have never crossed the equator before on a ship. Obviously on an aeroplane doesn't count. On a ship they are what's called a polywog, and it's to initiate them into the realm to become a shellback.
The inauguration of our onboard polywogs into trusted shellbacks.
I'm feeling great. Like a pollywog.
Ladies and gentlemen of the majestic princess, please welcome King Neptune, Queen Double E, and their royal entourage.
So the characters, we begged, borrowed and stole characters throughout it. So we go around the ship, and we need to get various volunteers, of course, and they need to be appropriate for the roles. And it was absolutely perfect this time that we had half of the Four Kinsmen, an iconic comedy variety group from Australia. We had half of the Four Kinsmen, Pearson and Harvey, on board, and they were only too happy to help out.
They're here to keep the pollywogs quiet. You've met them all, so let's commence. The time is now for recompense. Now, aboard this mighty ship, there is some who think my lords are stupid.
But here my king, my noble sire, he really sets my heart on fire. He's taken all the doctor's hits. I call him my sweet Viagra Prince.
We needed a younger couple on board, which was slim pickings across the ship. But no, we wanted a young couple to fill that role, that young couple. It was essentially a honeymoon couple, and that couple, although they'd been married for a while, they were obviously some of the younger guests on board.
Couple, they are indeed. He claims to be hung like a steed. Chef and Shamika are charged with young love and poise, and by their neighbors for making too much noise.
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Kiss my royal fish.
Kissing the fish is just one of those rites of passage again. It's just bringing that nautical theme, that that monster from the deep, if you will, on board the ship and just kissing a bit of raw fish. And it's essentially not supposed to be a pleasant experience, and nobody really wants to kiss a salmon.
There are also crew members a little too bold. Sitting with our pollywogs, ladies and gentlemen, the crew members of the Majestic Princess. Hear ye, hear ye, lords and ladies. We are gathered here on this most auspicious occasion to pay homage to King Neptune, ruler of all oceans, seas, and waterways, and to initiate into his realm the lowly pollywogs, who until this day have never crossed the equator.
Script is all about King Neptune boarding the ship with his wife, Queen Double D, or Queenie, as she's known. And the premise being that the ship isn't allowed to cross the equator, be it north to south, or this time south to north, without getting, dare I say, the go-ahead by King Neptune. So King Neptune comes on, he's not allowed to cross us into the over the equator until the pollywogs become shellbacks. So he needs to see that food fight, he needs to see the initiation before he grants passage.
Enough! Enough! How do you plead?
You speak to any old salty sea dogs from naval traditions, I think back in the day it used to involve oil, and it used to involve things like tar and feathers and the whole shebang as you see in cartoons. But over the years it's become a little bit more mellow, and spaghetti, I'm sure we can agree, is a little bit easier, and tomato sauce and strawberry sauce and chocolate sauce is probably a bit more, dare I say, palatable than oil and gasoline. Those traditions where you just sit down in your bathing suit or your t-shirt and your shorts, and it's just an excuse to get messy. everybody wants to see Andrew in the pool making a splash. So again, it's just a great way to put a full stop on the event. If you've ever done a longer cruise, if you've crossed the equator, the first question you'll get asked is, did you participate in the crossing the line ceremony? And for many people, and for most people now, they can say they did.